From the world's most hated second woman to Queen of the United Kingdom, a recent poll revealed that only 14% of Brits support Camilla being called Queen. The British royal family is no stranger to rivalries and tension simmering beneath the gilded veneer of tradition. However, one feud that is rarely addressed head-on is the rumored animosity between Princess Anne, the unflinching royal, and Queen Camilla, whose path into the royal family was, to put it mildly, unconventional. Many believe Anne's disdain for Camilla runs deep, rooted in a past that continues to shadow the monarchy, Camilla's affair with King Charles while he was married to Princess Diana. For Anne, whose loyalty to family and tradition is unyielding, this interference in royal sanctity was unforgivable. What lies at the heart of this clash? Why does Anne, a royal pillar of duty, hold Camilla in such contempt? Let's dive into the layers of this complex relationship and uncover the reasons behind Princess Anne's rumored hatred for Queen Camilla. Princess Anne, the unyielding royal. Princess Anne, the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, is a figure of unwavering dedication within the British royal family. Known for her resilience, practicality, and devotion to duty, Anne has crafted a unique identity that is deeply rooted in royal tradition. From a young age, Anne embraced her role with discipline and a work ethic that mirrors her mother's commitment to public service. She has consistently carried out the most engagements among her royal peers, earning her the title of the hardest-working royal, a reputation she has upheld year after year. Anne's consistent efforts have gained her the public's admiration, yet she remains one of the most private members of the family, keeping a firm boundary between her duties and her personal life. Unlike other members of the royal family who have occasionally adapted to modern trends, Anne has preserved a distinctly traditional approach to her role. She famously rejects the media spotlight, shuns public displays of her personal life, and rarely grants interviews, opting instead for a low-profile lifestyle. Her commitment to duty is straightforward and deeply ingrained. She considers her work her responsibility, not an opportunity for fame. This ethos places her in contrast to younger, more media-friendly royals, setting her apart as a pillar of traditional royal values. Her steadfast approach highlights the values instilled in her by Queen Elizabeth, who viewed royal duty as a lifelong commitment. Anne's loyalty to family, duty, and the monarchy as an institution informs her strong opinions about those who join the royal family. She has a distinct vision of what it means to be royal and upholds a strict standard that prioritizes honor, discipline, and respect for royal tradition. This rigid view extends to her relationships with those who have entered the family through marriage, especially those who bring a controversial past with them. Anne is particularly wary of individuals who, in her view, risk compromising the family's reputation. This wariness was intensified by the entrance of Camilla Parker Bowles into the royal family. For Anne, Camilla's involvement with Charles during his marriage to Diana was an unpardonable violation of royal duty, family loyalty, and the very sanctity of marriage. In Anne's mind, Camilla's presence disrupts the stability and legacy the family has worked so hard to preserve. Her loyalty to her family's image and values renders her disapproval of Camilla as more than a personal dislike. It is a reflection of her deep-seated belief that loyalty to the monarchy must come above all else. For Anne, Camilla's history represents a threat to the dignity of the crown, which she has spent a lifetime defending. Camilla's past, the other woman. Camilla Parker Bowles has long been a complex figure within the British monarchy, and her early connection with Charles is at the heart of this complexity. The story of Camilla's entry into Charles's life began in the early 1970s when they were first introduced. Their mutual affection and strong connection became evident almost immediately, and they quickly developed a romantic relationship. However, due to societal expectations and pressure from the royal establishment, Charles and Camilla ultimately went their separate ways in 1973, with Camilla marrying Andrew Parker Bowles, a decision that seemed to close her chapter with Charles. However, even after Charles married Lady Diana Spencer in 1981, Camilla remained an integral part of his life. As Charles struggled within his marriage to Diana, he turned to Camilla for support, reigniting their relationship despite the public and private consequences. By the 1980s, rumors of their affair began to surface, and eventually, in the early 1990s, their relationship became public knowledge in a scandal that shocked the nation and cast a long shadow over the monarchy. The affair painted Camilla as the other woman, the source of turmoil within Charles and Diana's marriage, and the focal point of intense media scrutiny. She was vilified by the press, labelled as the woman who betrayed Diana and, by extension, the British people who adored her. This scandal didn't just impact Charles and Diana, it reverberated through the entire royal family. Camilla's role in Charles's life became a source of great controversy, and her involvement in the affair forever altered public perception of her. For Anne, this scandal was an unpardonable offence. Camilla's presence represented a disruption of family values and an attack on the institution of marriage, which Anne regarded with deep reverence. In Anne's view, Camilla's actions displayed a disregard for the stability of the royal family and a selfishness that was incompatible with royal values. The affair's fallout cast a permanent shadow over Camilla's reputation within the family, creating a fracture that could not easily be healed. While Charles and Camilla were eventually able to marry, the memory of this scandal lingered for Anne. For her, Camilla's history served as a reminder of the pain inflicted on Diana and the stain the affair left on the family. To this day, Anne views Camilla as a figure who brought turmoil and scandal to the monarchy, and this perception continues to shape her view of her sister-in-law. Camilla's other woman status remains a lingering aspect of her identity within the family, a label that Anne cannot and likely will not ignore. Anne's loyalty to Diana's legacy. Camilla's extramarital affair with Charles was not only a negative reflection of the royal family's image, but it was also a massive injustice to a great woman like Diana. This was yet another crucial component in Anne's disapproval of Camilla's entry into the royal family. Diana's humanitarian work, compassion, and ability to connect with the public left an indelible mark on the monarchy, one that Anne deeply respected. For Princess Anne, Diana's place in the royal family holds undeniable significance. Despite any personal differences between them, Anne respected Diana's work and devotion to her children, Prince William and Prince Harry. Diana's compassionate approach marked a shift within the monarchy, bringing a warmth and relatability that Anne recognized as crucial for bridging the gap between the royal family and the public. The People's Princess, untimely passing in 1997 only solidified her status as a beloved figure whose influence would continue to shape perceptions of the monarchy. However, Camilla's presence within the royal family has complicated this legacy. In Anne's view, Camilla is a symbol of the heartache Diana endured, as she was at the center of the scandal that shook Diana's marriage. Anne's loyalty to Diana's memory is evident in her reserved interactions with Camilla, a reminder of the pain that Camilla's involvement in Charles's life caused both Diana and the royal family as a whole. Diana's legacy serves as a constant backdrop, a standard that Camilla, in Anne's view, cannot live up to. This lingering connection to Diana's memory means that, for Anne, Camilla's role as queen consort is a stark contrast to the qualities Diana once represented. While Camilla's public approval has grown over the years, Anne's quiet dedication to Diana's memory prevents her from fully accepting Camilla's presence. Diana's legacy is more than a historical chapter, it's a lasting influence that shapes the expectations and sentiments of the royal family, keeping Anne's loyalty to her sister-in-laws. Memory as steadfast as ever. A clash of personalities, tradition versus modernity. The differences between Anne and Camilla go beyond just historical context. Controversies and familial issues run deep, extending to personal levels as well, with both women having extremely opposite personalities. Princess Anne is the embodiment of royal tradition, often described as a woman of steel. Her character aligns closely with that of her mother, Queen Elizabeth, valuing restraint, protocol, and an unwavering sense of duty. Known for her workhorse mentality and no-nonsense attitude, Anne takes on more engagements each year than almost any other royal. She dresses simply, refrains from indulgence in luxury, and rarely gives interviews. Anne's entire life has been shaped by the principles of tradition and a rigid mode of conduct. Camilla, by contrast, has introduced a modern, approachable, and even humorous style into the royal fold. Since marrying Charles, she has used her platform to raise awareness on subjects close to her heart, from literacy to domestic abuse prevention. However, Camilla's sense of informality and comfort with the press is at odds with Anne's preference for privacy and tradition. Camilla's softer, more approachable demeanor is designed to appeal to the public, but for Anne, it borders on undermining the gravitas she believes is essential to the monarchy's image. Anne's view of royalty is rooted in reverence for the institution and caution against unnecessary transparency, while Camilla's more relaxed style reflects a shift toward a modern monarchy. According to insiders, Anne's resentment of Camilla is so profound that she has reportedly spoken negatively about her on several occasions during private conversations. For Anne, Camilla's relaxed approach dilutes the prestige and authority that the monarchy has painstakingly maintained for generations. This fundamental disagreement over the purpose of the monarchy contributes to Anne's frustration with Camilla and further fuels their already strained relationship. Anne's loyalty to family and tradition. For Anne, loyalty to family goes beyond emotional support. It means upholding the monarchy's centuries-old values, maintaining a dignified image, and protecting the legacy of her mother, Queen Elizabeth. Anne holds a fierce loyalty to her family's traditions and reputation, principles instilled in her from a young age. Unlike her siblings, Anne rarely challenges royal norms, and her consistency has made her one of the most respected yet traditional members of the family. Camilla's place in the royal family has always clashed with Anne's view of loyalty. To Anne, family values mean commitment, fidelity, and the willingness to sacrifice personal interests for the sake of the crown. Camilla's involvement in Charles's life while he was married to Diana represented a flagrant disregard for these principles, an affront to the royal code and holds dear. In Anne's eyes, Camilla's very presence is an insult to the values she strives to uphold, and her occasional disapproval of her at royal gatherings underscores just how fundamentally incompatible Anne considers Camilla with the family. This loyalty is not just toward her immediate family members, it extends to the institution of the monarchy itself. Anne views her role as a guardian of the monarchy's dignity, a role she believes Camilla has challenged through her history and actions. Anne's dedication to protecting these values has only deepened her sense of mistrust toward Camilla, who she sees as a disruptive force that defies the code of loyalty she has spent her life defending. The affair's impact: a family divided. The affair between Charles and Camilla didn't just damage his marriage to Diana, it caused a division among the royal family members in ways that remain noticeable even today. As Charles and Camilla's relationship became public knowledge, family members were forced to reckon with the scandal that had erupted in their midst. The affair was not simply a private matter between Charles and Diana, it exposed the monarchy to public criticism and forced members of the royal family to confront an uncomfortable reality. For Princess Anne, the affair presented a personal conflict. On one hand, she was loyal to her brother, but on the other, she felt the betrayal Charles's actions had brought upon Diana and the damage it inflicted on the family's unity. Known for her unbending loyalty to duty, Anne was deeply troubled by the fallout of the affair, especially after Diana's heartbreaking interviews, which exposed the suffering she endured during her marriage. The public revelation of Charles's relationship with Camilla shattered the ideal of a united, respectable family, leaving Anne feeling betrayed by the disregard for the royal family's values and cohesion. Anne's reaction to the affair was deeply personal, as she often found herself torn between familial loyalty and her belief in upholding the monarchy's traditions. Dignity. Even after Charles and Camilla were eventually able to marry in 2005, Anne's feelings of resentment lingered. To her, the affair had irreparably damaged the family's unity, and Camilla's role in that scandal remained an open wound. Anne has remained wary of the influence Camilla might wield over Charles, as she believes their relationship goes against the duty-bound, dignified image that the royal family is supposed to represent. Camilla's ascent, a challenge to royal values. Camilla's gradual rise from being the controversial, other woman, to becoming queen consort is in itself a monumental shift in royal traditions. When Charles and Camilla married in 2005, Camilla took on the title of Duchess of Cornwall, a deliberate choice made to minimize any perceived affront to Princess Diana's legacy. For many years, Camilla maintained a low profile, engaging in charitable work and making a concerted effort to reshape her public image. But as she grew more prominent in royal duties, she moved closer to the eventual title of Queen Consort, a prospect that met resistance from the more traditional members of the family, chief among them Princess Anne. Anne's discomfort with Camilla's ascent is rooted in her unwavering dedication to royal values. To Anne, the title of Queen Consort embodies not only public approval but also an unblemished moral standing, a legacy she feels was epitomized by her mother, Queen Elizabeth. Camilla's past involvement in Charles's marriage to Diana, in Anne's eyes, forever tarnished her suitability for such a title. Where others saw Camilla's public service as redeeming, and saw her continued rise as a departure from the monarchy's strict standards of integrity. For Anne, the traditional route to royal titles is steeped in duty, loyalty, and a commitment to family, principles that she feels Camilla's past actions have compromised. Camilla's eventual position as queen consort underscores a shift in royal traditions that Anne has spent her entire life upholding. This discomfort was evident in Anne's reserved demeanor during Charles and Camilla's coronation, a stark contrast to her unwavering support for her mother's values. Camilla's influence, though more widely accepted by the public, represents a challenge to Anne's idea of what a queen consort should embody. For Anne, Camilla's ascent is not merely a title change, it's a sign that the monarchy has veered from its original principles, a shift that leaves Anne unsettled about the family's direction under Charles and Camilla's reign. Tensions in the palace, behind closed doors. Within the privacy of palace walls, the tension between Anne and Camilla has been both subtle and enduring. The contrast between Anne's unyielding commitment to tradition and Camilla's more modern approach has given rise to a complicated relationship that has only grown more apparent over the years. Known for her frankness and occasional bluntness, Anne does not hide her true feelings when it comes to those she perceives as threats to the family's dignity. For Anne, interactions with Camilla are civil but undeniably distant, often marked by a formality that suggests underlying tensions. Reports from palace insiders reveal that Anne's interactions with Camilla often lack the warmth typically expected among family members. It's said that Anne is polite in public settings, but her body language and occasional curt responses reflect an inherent reluctance to engage fully with Camilla. There have even been whispers of confrontations between the two, with Camilla reportedly trying to bridge the divide only to be met with Anne's reserved responses that leave no room for closeness. This simmering tension shapes not only their relationship but the larger dynamic within the family. Anne's loyalty to family traditions and values remains an unspoken critique of Camilla's past, creating a silent, enduring division within the royal family. The differing styles of both women reflect two contrasting views of royal loyalty, one rooted in duty, tradition, and discretion, and the other leaning toward a more accessible, modernized monarchy. For Camilla, gaining acceptance from Anne has been challenging, as Anne's resistance serves as a reminder of the traditional expectations that Camilla's past actions have defied. Behind the carefully managed public image, this tension continues to influence the family's internal dynamics, creating an unbridgeable gap between two of the most prominent women in the monarchy. The coronation and Anne's discomfort. The coronation of King Charles and Queen Camilla in 2023 marked a significant milestone, symbolizing the monarchy's adaptation to changing times. However, the ceremony also highlighted a visible tension, particularly in the demeanor of Princess Anne. As the king and queen consort were crowned, Anne's reserved expressions and measured behavior suggested a discomfort that she was careful to mask, but that didn't go unnoticed by keen observers. For Anne, this coronation was bittersweet, a reminder of the monarchy's evolution and a personal acceptance of Camilla's role that she still finds difficult. The event underscored Anne's struggle with seeing Camilla as queen consort, a title Anne felt was unbefitting due to Camilla's past involvement with her brother during his marriage to Diana. Although Anne fulfilled her duties flawlessly, her interactions with Camilla during the ceremony were marked by a polite distance, her body language conveying the complexity of her feelings. Where others might have seen the coronation as a moment of unity, Anne's demeanor reflected her lingering reservations. Anne's discomfort during the coronation was particularly striking considering her unshakable support for her mother, Queen Elizabeth, during her reign. While she respects the monarchy's continuity, Anne views Camilla's ascension as a departure from the values Queen Elizabeth embodied. This dissonance between duty and personal conviction was evident in Anne's reserved expressions throughout the event, underscoring her inner conflict over Camilla's new title. For Anne, Camilla's position as queen consort represents a complex and perhaps unwelcome shift in the monarchy. Her discomfort during the coronation is a subtle reminder that although the monarchy evolves, certain tensions endure within the family. Even as Camilla stood alongside Charles as queen, Anne's quiet resistance served as an enduring testament to her loyalty to tradition, leaving questions about how she will continue to navigate her relationship with Camilla in the years to come. The impact on public perception. Princess Anne's subtle disapproval of Camilla has not only shaped family dynamics but has also influenced how the public perceives Queen Camilla. As one of the most respected members of the royal family, Anne's views carry significant weight among royal loyalists and enthusiasts. Anne's reluctance to fully embrace Camilla has reinforced skepticism among members of the public who continue to question Camilla's place in the monarchy. Anne's position within the royal family is deeply rooted in tradition, making her a respected figure among those who value the monarchy's historical values. For those who remain loyal to Diana's memory, Anne's stance provides a sense of validation. In their eyes, Anne represents the integrity and honor they believe should define the royal family, and her subtle resistance toward Camilla strengthens the divide between modern and traditional royal fans. Although Anne has never publicly voiced her opinions on Camilla, her reserved demeanor and apparent lack of warmth toward the queen consort send a clear message. By maintaining her distance, Anne has become a silent symbol for those who view Camilla's role with suspicion. This divide within the public mirrors the subtle yet profound tensions within the family, highlighting the ongoing struggle to reconcile the past with the present. Final thoughts: a feud for the ages. The tension between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla represents one of the most enduring and complex relationships within the British royal family. Their feud is rooted in contrasting values, historical betrayals, and deep-seated loyalty, making it a conflict that has persisted despite efforts to move forward. Anne's commitment to tradition, her loyalty to family, and her respect for Diana's legacy have created a chasm between her and Camilla that seems unlikely to close. While the public often sees the royal family as a united front, the dynamic between Anne and Camilla reveals the complexities and divisions that exist behind palace walls. Their clash is more than a personal disagreement, it represents a fundamental difference in what each woman believes the monarchy should embody. For Anne, the monarchy is an institution that requires unwavering loyalty and adherence to tradition, values she feels Camilla's history has compromised. As Charles's reign continues, the tension between Anne and Camilla remains a subtle but significant undercurrent within the royal family. Their feud has become emblematic of the monarchy's struggle to balance tradition with modernity. The monarchy's ongoing struggle to balance modernity with tradition is a challenge that will likely shape the family's future for years to come. For Anne, Camilla will always be a symbol of a betrayal that she believes disrupted the royal family's unity. Meanwhile, for Camilla, Anne's resistance serves as a constant reminder of the challenges she continues to face within her own family.